Okay, good morning. We're going to go over our notes from yesterday and then we're going to start to add color to value today. So, yesterday we talked about value as an element that deals with the range of light to dark, and we created a value scale using a number two pencil going from a nine all the way to a zero. Remember that the zero is left alone. No matter what we're doing, that is an area we will not be shading because it's supposed to be open to the substrate. Okay, so substrate just means the paper you're working on. Shading uses light to dark values, and we're also trying to create something 3D. And then our word chiaroscuro, which is literally means light and dark in Italian, and we use that as when we reference paintings. We talked about the highlight is going to be the zero on your value scale. Your shadow starts past the equator. Your core shadow is going to be a little bit deeper, which is deeper from that equator. And then your cast shadow is the only place that's going to have the nine. The other thing that we're looking at is reflected light. And reflected light is that area just on the very base of the sphere. For today, we're going to do about the same thing, but we're going to do this using color pencils. So one of the things that I want to make sure you do is set up your page correctly. Today, we don't have a lot of notes, so I want your page to look something like this, but we're going to do it in color. So at the top, again, use your pencil, and let's just go ahead and write color, value scale. Today, you'll just use your compass again. Do your best to line it up. This doesn't have to be very big. I have to get up and work down here, so you probably won't see me in the camera, which is fine. And we're going to make this one a little bit shorter, just for time's sake. It's still going to go 0 to 9. All right, we're still going to have an area where we'll leave the paper, so you can go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, have 5 about in the middle, 6, 7, 8, and my 9 is going to be a little long. Then we're going to go ahead and pick a darker hue. When I mean darker hue, that means you're going to look through your case, and some of you will have different sets of pencils. It just depends on what you have. I like Prisma. They're softer. They work better. I don't usually offer them to Art One, but maybe you pick some up for yourself. Those of you in Art Two may have some Prisma. I'm going to go ahead and turn that light off, see if you get some better color there. Let's go ahead and pick something kind of in a medium dark. And a medium dark means that when I go ahead and color with it, I'm going to use the term color or I shade with it, it's going to already be kind of dark. I want you to notice the point on that. Okay, I loan my sets out, and so a lot of times people don't keep them sharp, and this is not how I would keep my set. I would keep it really sharp. Notice they've worked the point off. That's really wrong. Okay, you don't want to have a flat tip like that when you're working at all because you want to use the side of the pencil. So what I'm going to do is sharpen, and we talked about that before. Roll away from yourself and just roll continuously in one direction. Your sharpeners should be in good shape. Most of them are new. If you'll roll forward, you'll be okay. Okay, you want a point like that. Notice the tip. It's completely different now. Again, use the technique that we talked about. Grab from on top and take the pencil and work from the side first. This is a circular motion chaining. If you do things right, it's going to go really quick and it's going to be really smooth. So I'm going to go lightly through the value scale all the way down. Notice it's kind of a diagonal, and I'm not really worried about how smooth it is on the first pull, okay? And that's very soft. It's not as dark as a pencil can get. Now I'm going to kind of turn my page. This helps me with my hand. And I'm going to go with another direction. And again, I'm going to do those circular shapes, and notice I'm still back on the pencil, and I'm going to move my way through. Now, if it's not comfortable for you and you need to lean up just a little bit, you can. Okay, but remember, you do have to kind of work a little bit off the side. And I'm not trying to get to the 9 yet. Yesterday, a lot of you were impatient kind of watching, and I know you really get impatient watching and you want to just jump in and do it. But I just ask that you watch. Okay, try not to push through the video too much. Watch the technique. It is kind of slower than you think. And we're not hatching, we're chaining. I'm going to turn just a little bit because, again, it's easier for me to hold my hand in the same position and turn the paper. Now I'm going to push a little bit, not much. Still don't want to push much, but you can see that my chaining got smaller and it moved up on the pencil a little bit. I'm going to tighten my edges. And again, I'm trying to get rid of pencil marks. I do not want the mark making at this point. That's a different kind of technique. This one is called chaining, where we're going to work over and over till it smooths out, and we're going to try to